Question 1252. Have you ever been up on the roof?
Up on the roof of what?
That's the question.
Yes, I've been on a roof before.
Of course.
Provided this is not a euphemism, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I've been on multiple roofs, multiple different times.
That's
Because
fair. I've been on roofs a fair bit as well.
I like going up there and watching the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun because I'm a weird person, and it's the best angle.
See, I've been on the roof before because at one of my mates' houses, it is the safest place to smoke without being caught.
Yep, that's the other reason.
Cadence says, I've been up on the roof. Brainbug says, I might be on a roof right now. Ox said, I've laid shingles when younger, so yes. Chad says, I've been on top of many roofs, assuming that's not a euphemism. Why does everyone assume this is a euphemism? Right, if this is a euphemism, I don't know it.
I mean,
it's a copy and pasted question. But
it just feels like it could be a euphemism.
Yeah, remember, Dave, Rule 34, my dude.
The fact that it says the roof, I think, is
right.
The reason
Yeah.
it feels like a euphemism.
Yeah.
Implying
Have you been on the
retreat or
roof
something.
lately, baby?
Sammy says, I'm on roofies right now. He went there. Ox says, How do you know Roof? She was a sweet girl. Godless Sailing says, regularly, and I've also been on top of my house. Theo says, I'm a cat on a hot tin roof. Harmonica Man says, of course. Chad says, it just sounds very suggestive for some reason. I'm no linguist. Jeff, what roofs have you been on?
A few, roofs. Been on the. Used to actually spend quite a bit of time in the roof gardens of the pub I used to work at. So they had a roof garden. So
Badger?
Yes.
On another note, have you finished your loft?
Sort of.
technically speaking, though, Badger only has to go up on the ground, and he's technically on the roof of his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been on many other roofs. I used to do free running quite regularly. So I've been on many roofs, and for some reason the police never spoke to me about it.
I've never seen
it. See, I've now got a question for you, but I can't.
Badger, where are the videos of this? Because I've never seen a Badger do parkour before.
They spoke to other people I was with, mostly because those people were idiots.
Got caught.
Yeah, but you're a badger, man. The law doesn't apply to you.
It was partly that they got caught, and partly how they responded to being caught.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
when you're sort of out doing stuff with a bunch of like counterculture-y people who many of them are quite like fuck authority.
Yeah.
As I am, but when I'm on a fucking roof and the police show up, at that point I temper my fuck authority. I'm going to not tell the police to go fuck themselves right now.
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
not a good
fuck
time.
authority, but speaking to authority, you can be mildly politer, but
Yeah.
that's to avoid getting in too much shit.
Or getting tased.
Tased. See,
Well,
that's not that big a risk here.
Getting tased
no,
when you're on
yeah.
a roof, Dave, is a very big risk.
If you're getting tased here, it's probably because the police knew you had a knife or some shit and so brought weapons.
Oh no, they'll just
Oh
tase you here
shit,
for
Badger's
shits and
screwed.
giggles.
Jess says, good place to hide and smoke pot.
Yeah.
And Theo says, take a spray can on your parkours, combine sports and art.
So here's a question for you guys. Have you guys ever gone out on like train tracks that are like high up?
Yes.
That's, in my opinion, is way better than going on a roof. I like sitting on train tracks where my fucking feet just dangle off the edge.
We don't have many unused train tracks anymore.
No, a lot of our train tracks are used, so you sit there, you're gonna die. Which I acknowledge, being Gen Z, that's an appeal.
Right.
But still.
All right. So I
Mood.
was once climbing over an overpass. I was climbing along the edge of the girders on it.
Oh,
The graffiti you encounter while up there is fascinating.
It's disturbing. Yes.
So the
I'll
graffiti
tell
gets
you
in
why
unusual
it's-
places.
I'll tell you why it's fascinating. The higher up the thing I got, the less complicated the graffiti was. Just a ground level, it's like it's an intricate network. It's an intricate work of art made of, but many different people have added their touch to it, their little tags and whatever.
yeah.
And then you go up a level, and at that it's fewer people. There's more space between. You go up a bit further, and then it's just one or two people. And then at the top of the up at the top of this overpass, the point where it's very difficult to get to. There's like climbing guards to try to prevent people getting up there. Somebody has got up there and just written "fuck" on the thing. And I don't think they were trying to be like offensive to anyone walking past. I think they just climbed up and then wrote what was on their mind.
Yeah.
See, on top of various bridges around here, I think I've seen 3 or 4 places where there's just graffiti saying "fuck Boris."
But I don't think it was anything to do with fuck anyone in particular.
It's just like, Jesus Christ.
They just climbed up to the top of a fucking overpass, realized there were no handholds, a space to stand on that is less than the width of their feet, and looked down, and they were trying to think of what to write, looked down and just went fuck.
Yeah, that's like
Probably. At least they made a mark up there, I guess.
See, like, the thing was, as a kid, like, so I used to go to this campgrounds, right? And when you go deep into the campground, like the woods and shit, there's a fucking train track that never gets used anymore. And it goes over a fucking lake. And I was a fat kid. Like, I'm still fat, but I'm talking like I was a fat kid, right? And all my, like, I was climbing up this crazy fucking path to get to the tracks. And all my friends that were like, oh, I do parkour, they're like, oh, fuck that. And I'm like, what? It's just a little, like, because it was steep as fuck, but you just see me climbing up the fucker. And I'm like, what? I got up here. Come on. It's not that bad.
You see, the thing with the parkour is a lot of people do that almost entirely at ground level.
Yeah.
And they're there, they're vaulting over stuff. They're very smooth in their movements. But you go up somewhere high, suddenly there's another element to it, which is if your smooth movements, if you don't see where your landing is very well and you cock it up,
Yeah.
suddenly there's another element of risk involved.
There's the, oh shit, my pants. But no, like, the thing was, people would not go up there because it was made of wood. Like, there was metal, and then like the little parts were fucking wood. So this was an old ass track, and people are afraid, oh, I'm gonna fall through. I'm like at 200 pounds, and I haven't fallen through yet. So
Haven't fallen through yet.
Yeah.
yeah, that part always made them more nervous.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
So, as to the question as whether it's a euphemism, I've been to Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
On the roof is apparently getting it on while the guy is on top.
Fair
Well,
enough.
Okay.
Then yes.
And it does specify the guy.
Yes, although the guy was very rarely on top, I had to make him.
No. My
Hate
answer
them
is no to
lazy
that
mother-
one.
I
There we
think-
go. See that? So I'm going to have to say no to that now.
I think
You were
you're
never
in-
on
If it-
top.
if it-
Yeah, but you were on top.
oh,
No, it's I'm thought.
No.
Okay, I was thinking of it as like
Hold on.
has another guy topped me, and I'm like, no.
I think this.
that's what I thought.
Well,
That's
yes,
what I
Quinton
going.
went on binary though, so it doesn't count for us.
I think,
Right, true.
I think-
I just
No,
never
no,
been
no,
topped.
you being non-binary. No,
I think.
don't know.
I think a guy not being involved in it precludes it meeting the definition.
Yeah.
Right, but a guy being on top or you being the guy that is on top both count.
Well, that depends whether you use guy to mean whether you consider it a gender-neutral term or not.
Fair enough.
No, we're using it to mean male.
Male.
Yeah, but you could arguably say that it can be applied gender neutrally and then it could meet the definition through a side alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Right, so who meets that definition?
Uh,
As in either the wider one, so everyone has done it.
No, I'm
basically-
not even getting involved in this.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just having.
Well,
fun.
the
You're
second
just
one
causing
I would.
trouble.
The
Yes.
second one I would fall into because I'm not a guy.
Why do you bring me on here if not to cause trouble?
Yeah, the second one, yes, but if it meant top and dom, no.
Nope. Yeah. Like I've never been top, but I've been on top. Like I'm a dom, so yes. I've been that person, but I've not been topped. I'm fucking.
I'm going to the next question.
Yay! What did you answer, Dave?
Dave,
You didn't
please,
answer the
Dave.
original question.
You've
Have
on
you
the
been
roof,
on a
eh?
roof?
Yes, of course I've been on a roof.
Have you been on the
In-
roof?
In both senses.
Yes, in multiple senses. Yeah. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.